Maybe I can even add a little bit of delay. This is going to take me a second to get the right. It's kind of a slap back delay. Maybe make it a little bit more obvious for you. So can you hear the delay? Here's my guitar, no delay. Add a little bit of slap back delay. And so that really kind of gets that, make it a little bit more obvious, 50 sound. Maybe I can turn on the middle pickup, and it gets a little bit more of a funky sound. Anyway, so I was doing that stuff for 2 hours in various keys and shapes, and I thought, well, gosh, let's just learn these typical blues licks. I played for 2 hours, and probably 90% of my playing was these little boogie-woogie fifths sort of thing. So let me turn off my delay and get just to a clean sound. Take a look at this first one. You can do these boogie-woogie fifths. This, what I'm talking about there is this sort of a thing. 2 notes, then you kind of go up to the, you have the root in the 5th, and you have to go up to the 6th. There's variations of it as well. I can go. Go from the 5th to the 6th to the flatted 7th. I can lower those an octave. So we're in E. Let me just show it to you in E, and this is just a good nuts and bolts pattern that you as a guitarist need to have in your back pocket, because you're going to use it all the time. Hey, it's put food on my table, this dumb little lick. All right, so here, I've written it out for you. This is a typical E blues, a 12-bar E blues. I'm looking at the first page, the open boogie-woogie fifths blues. And over the E7, I have an open E, and I have my first finger on the 5th string B. So I'm hitting them both at the same time. Then I'm going to come up here with my 3rd finger and catch the C sharp. So I hit 2 B's, 2 E's and B's, then 2 E's and B's, C sharps, then put my pinky out to this D, and I get the E and the D. Then I go back to the E and the C sharp, and that's my pattern. Now, blues, you typically have a swing 8th feel. So the faster you go, the more straight of an 8th it is. So if I did straight 8ths, it would be. If I did swing 8ths, it's more of a triplet feel. All right. Crank up a little volume here. All right. That's the basic pattern. So I would do that lick. That pattern is a 1-bar pattern. First beat, 2nd beat, 3rd beat, 4th beat. I do that whole thing 4 times. Now, I go to the key of A, and look what happens. My fingers, all I do is take my finger pattern and move it down a string set, and now I'm playing the A, and I have the first finger still where it was at the 2nd fret, the 4th fret, my 3rd finger, the A and the G with my pinky. So it's the same finger pattern as I was doing before. It's just 1 string set up. So instead of playing the 6th and the 5th strings, what I was doing on the E, I'm now playing the 5th and the 4th string. Now, Buckle Joe is asking, how do I count the swing rhythm? Well, it's written just as normal 8ths would be. So it's really up to you as the player to interpret whether I want to play them straight or swung. It doesn't tell you in the music. 99% of the time it's not going to tell you in the music. If it wrote them out as triplets, that would be actually pretty confusing to read. So, all right. So we've done it in E, we've done it in A, then it goes back to the E chord. And then look at that third line. It goes to the 5 chord, which is a B7. But now I can't do that on guitar, so I've got to go to a different shape. So take a look at that third line. I've got to play my B with my first finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, F sharp with my 3rd finger on the 4th string, or 4th fret. Okay? But in order to catch that little 6th thing, I've got to push my pinky way out here to the 6th fret. Lower that wrist. You can't do it up here. It won't work. You got to lower that wrist. You'll notice I changed the pattern a little bit. I don't go to the flatted 7th like I was doing on the other patterns. I just go back and forth between the 5th and the 6th. On the B. Now you'll notice even on recordings that are in the key of E, you'll hear that guitar player going. He'll be pumping that all the way through the 1 chord and the 4 chord, but when he gets to that 5 chord, you'll hear him change. He may go, and then he's back to, but he's got to change because you just can't keep the same lick there. But if you want to try doing the boogie woogie fifths in this movable form, which we'll talk a little bit about in a second, you could do it either 1st finger, 3rd finger, big stretch out to the pinky, or 1st finger, 2nd finger, big stretch out to the pinky. But Steve, my fingers don't stretch that much. Okay? Well, here's the deal with that. A couple lessons back, maybe somebody can find it, I did finger flexibility exercises, the Phil Kagi finger flexibility exercises, and I included some. It was a live lesson probably about 2 months ago, and I had a free PDF for that, and they did these finger flexibility exercises. If you're having trouble doing a reach like this, you know, which is basically a 5 fret reach, then check out those finger flexibility exercises, those Phil Kagi finger flexibility exercises. They do work. Oh, it's torture. It's guitarist abuse doing those. They're terrible. But let me kind of turn my thing off. Everybody's telling me that it's buzzing. Okay, they really do work. Give them about 3 or 4 days, and you'll notice you'll start to have more flexibility in your hands. All right, so then I do that in the B chord. I do my movable form here. A. Then I'm back to the E. And then I just throw in a little B chord there to turn me back around to the top of the song. Now, take a look at, well, actually, let me play through it one time all the way through so you can hear how the whole lick goes. Okay? So this is from the top of Open Boogie Woogie Fifths Blues. I'll do it with kind of a medium shuffle sort of feel. 1, 2, ready, go. I'm kind of muting that 6th string a little bit. Then back to the E. Now I got to switch the forms here. A very classic form. You can break them up. Play them together. Now the secret is you're always going to be stronger on the first note that you hit. So if I'm playing an E and a B at the same time, you're always going to hit the E because it's getting the pick first. He's going to be stronger. So in order to kind of balance those notes out a little bit, because actually I don't want to hear the E more than the moving notes. I want to hear the moving notes more. So I mute that out with my hand down here, the fleshy part of my back part of my palm. So I can just slip in different blues notes in there. All right, so that's that. Now, notice the last two bars, it has written down there turnaround. Let me introduce you to a concept. The last two bars of a phrase, typically in jazz songs and in blues, is what's called a turnaround. Think of it like an exit ramp that's going to wrap you back around to the top of the song. So if I don't take the turnaround, then I just kind of end the song. No, just end. But if I wrap that around, then that's called a turnaround. David, one thing that might help is if you check the audio right from the camera. See if you're catching it from there. We're trying to isolate your buzz thing there. I mean, like physically listen to it, grab a set of headphones and listen to it. All right, now there's different things that you can do for a turnaround. So we've talked about jazz turnarounds. Now let's talk about turnarounds in a blues. So this is a very typical blues turnaround. I'm going to slow it down, and let me explain it to you. I wrote it out in triplets just so there would be no doubt of what is going on. Okay, so here's the turnaround. Let me just play it for you. 1. I'll play it again, and 1. Lots of times, very common in Stevie Ray Vaughan songs, that sort of hammer on from the flatted seventh to the. So that's the basically the lick. So let's talk about what we're doing now. First beat is a rest. I play the low E. Then I'm hammering on from the open D to my second finger, second fret, fourth string, E. So that maybe take a little bit of practice for you to kind of get what's happening there. I'm hammering on there. And then it walks down a pure E minor pentatonic scale with a blues note. So at E, D natural, B, B flat, A, G natural, E. Okay? That is a pure E minor pentatonic blue with added blues note scale. That's an important little collection of notes right there if you're doing anything blues in E. I can go up it. E, G, A, B flat, B, D, E, G, A, B flat, B, D, A. I can keep going. It's just made for guitar. Learn that pattern of notes, and you'll play blues the rest of your life just going. All right? Things like that. Now, back to our lick. I play the open E. I do the hammer on, the 3 hammer-ons. Write down my minor pentatonic blues scale. Back up to the mid E on the 4th string, G, A, B flat, B, and that gets me around to that B7, B7 sharp 9 maybe. Maybe I can put a little stank on that G natural, kind of a little half bend up there. See that? So if I added that to my little tune here, okay, so let me just play it into the looper here. and I'll play it nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, from the top. Now the A. Back to the E. To the B. A. My little turnaround lick. 1. And then back to the top. What if I did that little minor pentatonic scale? I'm just walking up and down that minor pentatonic scale. Here comes my little lick. Okay, there you go. That's the open way of playing that. Now, I can use movable forms for that. So take a quickly look at the next page. If I wanted to use a movable form with this, I got a C7, just like we did on that B. I've got this big stretch, so if I did it in C, here's my root. C and a G started. C and an A starts it. Now, you'll notice I can't do a C to a B flat. That's too far for the average player. Well, how can I get that B flat in there? I have to, and I'm doing dyads. I'm doing double strings that are adjacent to each other. So just for that one, I don't do the 5th and the 4th string. I do the 4th and the 3rd string. And I catch the G and the B flat, and then I'm back to the C and the A, the 5th and the 4th string, and then I'm back to the thing. So you don't even hear it when you play it, but as I'm looking at it, I'm changing from the 4th and 5th strings to the 4th and 3rd strings. And now I've got a movable form. If I wanted to do it on the 6th string, let's say on a G chord, same thing there. See what I'm doing there? 6th and 5th strings for the first 2 beats, 5th and 4th strings for the 3rd beat, then back to the 6th and the 5th. Okay? All right, so if I played the movable Boogie Woogie Blues in C, now I'm going to go like this. Now in the F, I could either go down, play the lower F. That requires a pretty wide stretch, so usually I'll come up here, just scoot it up here to the F here at the 8th position. And I'm barring this first finger. That's what's catching that 4th string note there. Or the 3rd string note. Then back to C. The G. I could go high. Then F. The C. Or I could go low. There you go. Okay? So learn these forms. The open ones, you can do an E, A, D. The movable ones, I can do anywhere. 5th string version, either just root to 5th, root to 6th, or 5th, 6th, and 7th. I can do the 6th string. Wow. Learn those licks, guys. That is going to pay. Man, if you get any sort of 50s blues band, you're going to be doing that stuff all night long. Throw a little distortion, a little bit of slap back delay on it, crank it back on the backstop. Let's see. You're off to the races. A little bit of this. Little muted fall like that, and you're playing Beach Boys stuff. Okay, there you go. That's some fun. Hey, let's give some stuff away. I see some stuff saying that you won some things at our last live lesson, which was, wow, 2 weeks ago, and you haven't received it. You know why? Because I've been out of town. I've been in Boston. So I'll try and get those out this week, those of you that won last time. Wasn't that a great live lesson that we had 2 weeks ago with my good friend Dino? We talked about jazz and approaching complex jazz chord progressions by grouping them into keys. And then we also had Colin Hill was rocking it. Colin, I see you're in the chat there. You did so well, Colin. So we're going to give away, we still have a couple more of these sets of strings. This is a Martin Medium Acoustic SP set of strings. The winner of this is El Rondo won these. El Rondo, send me your information at service@mightyoakmusic.com, and I will get these off to you. So send me your information there. We'll get them off to you. Cool. I want to give some things else away, too. This is a set of, this is a guitar polish from our good friends over at Benedetto. They put out some guitar polish products for their jazz instruments, beautiful instruments. So the winner of this is Comp G +1. Comp G +1. You've just won this guitar polish from Benedetto. Again, send me your information, service@mightyoakmusic.com, and we will get that out to you. All right, enough of that fun stuff. Hey, let's talk about some things going on. You're watching us on YouTube. If you haven't already subscribed to us on YouTube, please do. We put up all of our videos from the live lessons. It usually takes about a day, day and a half for YouTube to process them, and then they're up and you can watch them forever. So you can go back and see any of the live lessons if you missed anything too. Also, many people ask about the PDFs that we have. Now, I haven't gone back through every YouTube one, but you can always go to our guitargathering.com, our community that's right there, and get in our community. If you haven't registered and are a member of our free discussion board, I'm on there most days answering questions. There's a whole guitar family there that are able to answer questions and help you out. Don't let something get stumped in your learning that you can ask somebody a question about. So go on there. It's a great forum, and they have our live lessons there, but they also have a thread that has all of our live lessons printed materials. So you can just go through, find the live lesson that you want, and there's the printed materials right there. You can download those PDFs from there. Or you can email me, and I'll try and get to them, but sometimes I have so many people emailing me for PDFs. It's better just to kind of go to our website, guitargathering.com/community, and go to the part of it that says live lessons, and it'll go from there. All right. Hey, we've got our Guitar Gathering Conference. It's coming up. We're within 1 month now. I'm sure everybody that's registered is going, hey, Steve, start to give me some details on it. I am. This week I'll be sending out some surveys. We'll get you signed up for classes, all that sort of stuff. There's still room. If you are interested in the Nashville area, wow, it is June 20th through the 23rd. Man, I can't think of a conference that we've had as strong of a lineup. We've got Phil Hagee's going to be joining us, and the Blues Council, which that is filled, y'all don't know them yet, but it's filled with each one of those players in that band is a stellar player with lots of Grammys on the mantle. So this is great. This is, we've also have Will McFarlane, Musicians Hall of Fame guitarist. We've got Joe Robinson, winner of Australian Idol. Who do we have? We have Christy Lene, fingerstyle guitar champion. I just booked Johnny Hyland. Johnny Hyland's going to be with us doing a workshop. It is crazy great. What are you going to be doing 3 weeks from now? You're going to be sitting in your office wishing you were here when everybody's going to be putting up their pictures of them and Johnny Hyland and going to workshops and having fun in here in Nashville. We still have room. Go to guitargathering2018.com. Make plans to join us if you can. All right, it is going to be a fantastic conference. But that's not all. Today, I just got up the stuff for our fall conference. The summer conference, it's big, it's loud, it's got a lot of great guitar players. It's a wow kind of event. On the complete other end of the spectrum, we have our fall conference. We did this last year. It's the first year we did it. Our fall fingerstyle guitar, not even a conference, we call it a retreat. Okay? It is out at a wonderful retreat center outside of here at Nashville. It's during the peak fall colors. If you're interested in a much smaller event where you're really up close and personal with these guys, I mean, it's kind of almost like a living room setting. We only take 20 people are able to come to this thing. It is our fall fingerstyle conference. We have our fall fingerstyle retreat. It's October 30th through November 2nd this year. We haven't had the registration page up, but I just got it up today. So if you go to actually fingerstyleretreat.com, fingerstyleretreat.com, you can check it out. We've got Phil Kagi is going to be with us. Man, wouldn't you like to be sitting in a room 5 feet from Phil Kagi, sitting on a couch while Phil Kagi is doing an hour-and-a-half concert, and you're able to ask him questions and do all that sort of stuff? That's what this event is about. Everything is included in the price. The 4 days, it's 3 nights and 4 days. It is all the lodgings, beautiful lodge that we're all staying at together, all the meals, everything is included. It's one complete package. You don't have to worry about booking your hotel, all that sort of stuff. It's all right there. If that event is something that you think you might be interested in, of coming, learning from some of the world's greatest fingerstyle guitarists, Phil Kagi. We also have Trevor Gordon Hall is going to be with us. Trevor Gordon Hall, Acoustic Guitar Player magazine, listed him as their 30 top guitarists in the world under 30. And he is an amazing fingerstyle guitarist. He's going to be with us. And then our good friend John Knowles, certified guitar player, CGP by Chet Atkins himself. John is going to be back with us again. So it's going to be a great time. Different from our big summer conference. This one is going to be relaxed. You come, you learn. You've got time to play, actually go through the material, work on it. It's very hands-on, and you're in the middle of beautiful Tennessee autumn, and you're able to enjoy and relax a little bit. If that sounds like the event to you, check out at fingerstyleretreat.com, and that'll get you all the information there for that. Okay. Now, in a second, we're going to start learning these Rush songs. And so I wanted to do that. We're going to learn Tom Sawyer, the classic guitar part by Alex Lifeson from Rush, who I was just upstairs in Gruhn's a week or two ago, looked on their wall. They've got where all the artists sign, and theirs right in the middle of it is Alex's signature. So Alex has been in this store, shopped in this store. So one of their classic songs is Tom Sawyer. So we're going to learn Tom Sawyer. Now, the PDF that we have for the song that we're going to learn is right out of these resources that we're offering this month, which is this one, which has play-alongs with it, as well as the music for Fly By Night, Free Will, Limelight, Spirit of Radio, Tom Sawyer, and a couple others, all of their big classics. And then this one is the deluxe guitar tab collection. Pretty much every Rush song that you know, every guitar part written out in music and tab. This one comes with tracks, a little bit easier to go with. You can slow the tracks down, all kinds of great stuff. 2 great resources. That's our Rush Players Pack that we're offering this month. So let's take a look at Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer. I'm going to switch over guitars here. So I'm going to put this one down, and I'm going to pick up a gorgeous SG, which Alex from Rush, the great 70s, 80s rock band Rush, was known for playing his SG. What kind of SG is this? This is a 1963 Gibson SG Les Paul, an absolutely gorgeous instrument. Sounds like it already. This is this SG. It's got a whammy bar setup on it as well, but this is a gorgeous instrument. And unlike normal SGs, it doesn't weigh a ton. Normally SGs are like a boat anchor. They're just so long, and all the weight is on one side. Wow, what a great instrument. I don't own an SG, but if I owned an SG, I would want it to be something like this that's just not so hard, and it's got a pretty nice thick neck here on the back rather than a thin little neck. A gorgeous little guitar. So anyway, that's this guitar. Let's learn a few licks from Tom Sawyer. The first one I have written out there, I just have written down as opening guitar riff. Okay, so it starts out with that synth, and then they have the little vocal line there, and then they go into this classic All right, so what are we doing there? All right, let me show you. It's on a low E, and you're going kind of a 16th, 8th pattern. Jo-do-dum. Kind of muted a little bit. Okay, and then I do a rather normal E shape. Regular old E with a three finger bar here. Be careful not to go down to that first string and catch that note. Okay, so you hit the low note and then the chord. Then you go back to the low note. And then you have this odd shape, which is a little bit of a stretch. So you've got your first finger on the second string at the 5th fret. That E there, okay? Then I've got my second finger way up here on the 5th string, 7th fret. That is a big stretch right there. Third finger on the 4th string, 7th fret, on the A. Pinky right underneath him on the D on the 3rd string. So I've got second string, or second finger, third finger, 4th finger right underneath it. And then way over here is that first finger. Again, wow, finger flexibility is really going to help you out. And then I play this chord. And I have this E here, but I also have the open E going too. So let me play those first two chords. Okay. Now the second one, I go back to my lick again. And then I come down here, and I'm playing almost an A suspended, 7th suspended sort of a chord. So it's an A, open A, first finger on the E, on the 4th string, 2nd fret, open G. I got my pinky on the, third finger on the D, 2nd string, pinky on the G, 1st string, 3rd fret. Okay, so that's this chord. So if I added all three of those chords together, you end up with this. Okay. Then the last one of that batch, I hit my low E again. And then I play this chord, which is the same shape that I did up here on the second chord. Just down 2 frets. And I still have this open E ringing out. So it's the same shape as the second chord, just moved down 2 frets. So if I played it real slow, those first 4 bars, this opening guitar riff, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. A suspended, C, does it again, and there you go. Now, on the sheet music, it says that he uses a little bit of distortion, which I have a little bit of distortion on here. And it says use a little bit of chorus. So let me turn on a chorus here. Not too much, just a little bit. So a little bit of a chorus, and I'll play it up at tempo. 2, 3, 4. That's a great classic rock opening riff right there. Now, a little bit later in the song, after he does that a few times, and he goes through some C, B in the bass stuff for a while. That's not what I wanted to focus on. His next main lick happens right before the chorus. In the biz, we call that a pre-chorus. It's a little segment of music that happens before the chorus section of a song. But it's also happens multiple times, so it's not just a part of the verse. It's a pre-chorus, a section that happens before the chorus. A lot of y'all are asking about the price of this guitar. The price of this guitar is $13,500, and this could be yours. So, 1963 Gibson SG in pretty stinking good condition. 63, hey, that's before I was born. I'm not even in as good a condition as this is. So someone took some real good care of this. All right, let's take a look at that pre-chorus guitar and bass riff. So this is like the second line of that Tom Sawyer sheet music. Okay? This is an odd little riff. Let me just play it for you first. An odd little riff, but you get the bass playing the same thing. It sounds so cool, especially with Neil Peart on drums. All right, so what's happening here? Low E, and then probably I would play it. I'm not sure how Alex plays it, but I would probably play this second E, middle E there with my second finger, and then my pinky on the B on the third string. So I'm going sixth string, sixth string, fourth string, third string. You wouldn't normally think to do that, but look what happens. I've got to play the F sharp right after it. So if I play it normally, then I wouldn't be able to grab that F sharp. So I have to play it like this. Then I can just reach over with my first finger, catch that F sharp, and then I play the E and the B again. So it goes. Then it goes to a G, so I've got to switch my fingers around. Play my G with that second finger, G natural. That leaves my first finger still there to play that E. Again, pinky doesn't move off of that third string B. It goes up to the A there. I'll play it again. Has that boom, 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 boom sort of a feel. All right, that's the first bar of that. The second bar goes E, low E, middle E, B, and then you hit this C, which again I'd probably have to do with my second finger. So that means first finger's back on the E, pinky still on the B. Switch around again, so now my first finger's going to catch the B. Second finger's going to catch the E underneath that. Again, pinky is just planted there. He doesn't move. A. I hit the B one more time, and I hit a low G with probably my second finger. So if I play all of that together, it ends up being... tempo. Great classic riff, okay? Now, the next riff, we're coming short on time. The next one is this really cool, the synth starts to play this first, and it goes... That's at an odd meter. Just feels weird. Dabo dab and dabo 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 dab and dabo. It just feels like it's missing a beat. Well, it actually is. It's in 7/8. Usually there are 8 eighth notes in a measure. Okay, a measure of 4 would have 2 eighth notes for each beat. You'd end up with 8 eighth notes in a measure. This is a 7/8 bar. So it is literally dropping one of the eighth notes at the end. So let me play the lick for you, and you can hear that. So it goes. So hear how it always sounds like it's jumping that last, because it's missing that last beat. And that's what makes it cool. That's what gives it this whole otherworldly sort of a sound to it. All right. What am I doing there? You're up here at the 7th fret, A on the 4th string, and I would probably play that. I think Alex plays it a little bit differently. It's more comfortable for me to play it like this, with my second finger here on the A, and then pinky on the F sharp on the 5th string, 9th fret. First finger G sharp, back on the 4th string, 5th, 6th fret. Second finger on the E, 5th string. So that's first 4. Rather comfortable lick on guitar. Then I go back up to F sharp, and then I've got to stretch down here for the first finger on the 5th string, 5th fret for the D natural. A little bit of a finger twister there if I go real slow. And then it goes back to the A, kind of starts the lick over again. So it plays it again, except it throws in a B on the 6th string on that 7th, 8th note of that thing. I'll do it real slow. 2, 3, 4. That's the lick. Then it does that part again. So basically it just does that lick twice. But since it's dropping that 8th note, it really gets a funky pulse with it. There you go. Rush. 3 classic. And then it goes on to a guitar solo and things like that. But those are kind of the main iconic parts to that. The first one, the opening guitar riff. 2, 3, 4. The pre-chorus guitar riff. And then a little 7/8 lick. Classic, great rock stuff. If you're into Rush, man, they were just the most technical, creative, on the edge kind of hard rock of that era. Really fun, creative stuff. If you're interested, check out those licks. See if you can get them underneath your fingers. I kind of explained them a little quick there, but you can always go back and look at the PDF. And again, I got that PDF right out of the stuff we're offering this month. Okay, Rush. So these will only be available for the next, I don't know, till the end of the month. So about another 10 days or so. So if you're interested and like Rush, these come with play-alongs. There's actually a guy doing a video lesson of it as well. And then on this one, it's every guitar part written out in tab and music notation. Great resources. Brilliant stuff. Let's try and get you good stuff. I don't always find it, but that one we found some good stuff on. And also, I'm going to lean on our moderators here. There's also, I found one of our guys this today shot me an email and said that iVideo songs, I think is what they are. There's actually a video of Alex explaining how he plays in depth Tom Sawyer. So the link for that is Doug, Neil, find that link. I think I sent it to you, and put that up. That's a great free video on YouTube. And you have actually the guy that plays it, great, humble guy, just talking about how he played the lick and how he played these various songs. great resource. So look that up. You can look it up on YouTube too. Just look under Tom Sawyer, Rush, Alex, Life's a Lesson. And it's just him explaining for an hour. It's almost an hour long what he does exactly on that song. His fingerings are a little bit different than mine, so I can't complain. He's the guy that wrote it. So there you go. All right. That is a little bit of Tom Sawyer. That was kind of fun going through that. I should do more of that kind of song stuff. That was kind of fun doing that. All right. Let's get out of here. Let's give away one more thing. This is a Jazz and Blues Let's Jam CD from our friends over at Watch and Learn, and playing along with a live band, just kind of a blues jam along CD. The winner of this is Sunburst 62, SUNBRST 62. So the winners tonight were the El Rondo, won some strings from Martin. Comp G Plus One won the Benedetto guitar polish. And the Let's Jam CD, Sunburst 62. Email me at service@mightyoakmusic.com and let me know your mailing address, things like that, and we will get those off to you. So there you go. I wanted to talk about picks and all kinds of other stuff, but we'll have to just do that next time. Our next live lesson, we're not going to do a live lesson next week, so our next one will be the first week in June that we will be doing a live lesson. And I just love doing these. I'm glad it works out that we are able to do it. One of you were asking at our conference if we are going to support the Guitars for Vets, which we have supported the last couple of conferences. I don't know if we're going to do those yet because there's a music therapy program that I wanted to support. So we usually kind of have a silent auction and get some things in and have folks donate, and then we give all that money to these different charities. And there's a great music therapy program that I've been trying to support. So we might do that one. All right. That is that. Check out our GuitarGathering2018.com if you're interested for our summer conference. If you're interested in the fall conference, the Fall Fingerstyle Retreat with Phil Kagi, Trevor Gordon Hall, and John Knowles, only 20 slots available, and I think 3 or 4 of them are already gone. So I can only fit 20, so it's not like we can go over. So if you're interested, check that out at fingerstyleretreat.com. That'll get you all the information. Can't recommend it enough. Just being able to sit, relax, talk with these guys. One of the best moments last year at our retreat was we had some of the top Nashville players, Tom Hemby and Dave Cleveland, and they were just sitting around with the guys jamming on some blues. And it just kind of went around in that circle. When in life do you get a chance to sit around with absolute pro players and just jam on the blues, learn what they're telling you, and try and experiment some things? It's a rare thing, but it's fantastic. So love playing music. Search as much as you can for opportunities to play with other musicians. That's what it's about. It is so great to play with other musicians. I was just in Boston last week, had lessons with 3 of our guitar family there. Some of those folks were out playing in different bands, or different jam groups and things like that. That's where you really learn. That's where you become better as a player. So there's only so much that anyone can teach you in the classroom. You've got to eventually grab the basketball and go out onto the court. Or in this case, grab a great-looking SG and head out to some jam and start playing with other musicians. So I would encourage you to do that as much as possible. Hey, keep up the great work in your learning. Keep pressing. Keep digging. You can become a better player. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. And should I play something out? I don't know what I could play. Maybe I'm going to completely botch this, but I'm going to try and we'll use that Tom Sawyer groove, and maybe I can mess around with something on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. see you guys next time. Keep up the great work of your learning. We'll see you guys next time.